Om-Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurun-militam Jena Tasmai Shri-Gurave Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashari Gaura Bhakta-vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Jai Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Okay, so we have 3 verses and we have 3 days including today. And look at verse number 4 in the first chapter of Ādi-līlā, and then we'll chant that. Anarpita charim chirat. Well, I don't know what you've got printed, but this is Indian printing. It's not char, im, it's one word. Anarpitam charim chirat karinavati arnakalo.
Anarpitam charim chirat karinavati arnakalo.
Samarpayitam manutojvala rasang svabhakti shriyam.
Samarpayitam manutojvala rasang svabhakti shriyam.
Hari Purata Sundara Juti Kadam Vasandi Pita.
Hari Purata Sundara Juti Kadam Vasandi Pita.
Sadaridaye Kandare Spuratuba Sachinandana.
Sadaridaye Kandare Spuratuba Sachinandana.
May the Supreme Lord, who is known as the son of Srimati Sachidevi,
may the Supreme Lord, who is known as the son of Srimati Sachidevi,
be transcendently situated in the innermost chambers of your heart.
Transcendently situated in the innermost chambers of your heart.
Resplendent with the radiance of molten gold.
Resplendent with the radiance of molten gold.
He has appeared in the age of Kali.
He has appeared in the age of Kali.
By his causeless mercy.
By his causeless mercy.
To bestow what no incarnation has ever offered before.
To bestow what no incarnation has ever offered before.
The most sublime and radiant mellow of devotional service.
The most sublime and radiant mellow of devotional service.
The mellow of conjugal love.
The mellow of conjugal love.
Now, I don't know what the color of molten gold is, although metals were sort of my profession, but I've never seen molten gold. I've seen other metals that are molten, but not gold. To the best of my knowledge, more or less, it's the same. No? Huh?
Much more lighter, much more shiny.
More shinier, but the color.
Color is more radiant.
More radiant.
Yes.
Yeah. If it's molten, it's radiant, but the color stays the same, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So it's more radiant. Anyway, anything that's hot is radiant. Very much so. So, but here we start with different points. May the Supreme Lord, who is known as the son of Srimati Sachidevi. So the author, which he explains a little later, is offering a blessing. I mean, devotees often ask for blessings, especially devotees from certain parts of the world. And certainly it's a very relevant aspect of spiritual advancement. But there's a parallel to how much a devotee can bless, or a devotee's spiritual power, and also his ability to bless, or her ability to bless. Blessing really means that one offers a strong desire, just like Yashoda prayed for me today, and so far so good. I mean, my fever. Thank you. So, I thought you were doing some kind of blessing. And bless with what? So devotees who are on the platform of Prema Bhakti, they can bless anyone with anything. So we see, for instance, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He's just walking through South India, North India, and whoever he meets, he blesses them with ecstatic devotion. But not only that, but just people who see him. He doesn't even necessarily make any kind of gesture or anything like that. They just by seeing him, and that's a very large emphasis that's given in Caitanya-caritāmṛta, that by seeing the Lord, by seeing his beauty, people become overwhelmed by love of God. Of course, now we're talking about God, so he can bless you with anything. But also Vaishnavas who are on that same godly platform, they can also bless anyone with any level of devotion, or if you're unfortunate, they can bless you with any material attainment, whatever you want to attain materially, you can have. Devotees who are at the platform of Bhava Bhakti, they can bless others with real taste, real greed for devotional service, and devotees who are sadhana bhaktas, they can bless others with faith. So you can see that according to the level of advancement, then devotees bless differently. And of course in Bhagavatam it's described that when Yasyaham anugrahami harishe tantanam shanai, that when devotees favor somebody, or when Krishna favors somebody, then someone wants some material thing, Krishna may rather take away, or he has some material attachment. He will take away all the material attachment. If he doesn't favor you so much, then he fulfills it. Because ultimately, by fulfilling it, it becomes an obstacle to spiritual advancement. But Krishna doesn't want, Krishna favors devotees, doesn't want them to have obstacles, so he removes the obstacles, which means that you may suffer materially, but anyway, one progresses forward. So here, Kaviraj Goswami now is giving a blessing, and on the basis of the blessing that he's giving, you get to understand his spiritual position. He's blessing that everyone be blessed with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sitting within their hearts. So, who is known as the son of Srimati Sachi Devi, we are sort of names that we have are also like that. We have a first name, of course depending on what country you're from, but sometimes the family name comes first, sometimes in English countries it comes second, but you have a Peter or a Sam, and then you have another name that defines, well, from what family is this Sam from? And sometimes it connects with the village that you're from, or the town that you're from, the type of work that you do. So in English, what have you got in terms of
Smith.
Smith? Yes, Smith, exactly. So you have Smith and what else?
Fisher.
Huh?
Fisher.
Fisher.
Yes.
Yeah. Although that may not necessarily, Fisher is generally for people who are Jewish and they don't go fishing. At least if they're fishing, it's for money. So, but yes, my mother's boss was Mr. Fisher. So, son of Śrimati Sachi Devi, and Krishna likes to be known in relationship to his devotees. Those are the names that he really prefers. Son of Śrimati Sachi Devi, Yashodanandan, and so many other names that we have. You have Nandananandan, and you have Radhika Ramana, and all other wonderful names. And Krishna likes that. He prefers that to sort of standalone names. So he's giving us the blessing that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu be transcendentally situated. Now, transcendentally situated. If he's transcendentally situated, does that mean that we're transcendentally situated? Not necessarily so. Transcendental means that you can't put any specific rule or governance on it. It can do, transcendental means it can do anything. That means that you may be not very transcendentally situated, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu may still be in your heart. And here it's very interesting, innermost chambers of your heart. Does that mean something to somebody? Innermost chamber. Why innermost chamber? He's saying here, I'm looking for the word. Huh? Hridaya, but Hridaya means heart. Hridaya Kondari. Kondari. Kondari means is cave, or in the cavity, in the innermost cavity of the heart. Because generally, who's in the heart? Super soul. Super soul's in the heart. So now here, it means that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is taking over. It's no longer Super Soul, but it's Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Similarly, for advancing devotees or advanced devotees, actually Krishna enters the heart. So many verses that are there where Krishna is entering the heart. So that means that they're getting guidance from Krishna. I mean, everybody says, well, you know, I felt that Krishna inspired me to do this. Well, why do you say that? I mean, the Super Soul is the one who's in everybody's heart. So is he giving you guidance? Well, Super Soul's guidance is limited in one sense, especially when you're coming into the realm of those things which deal with Krishna's Ladini Shakti. We were talking about that yesterday, so Satchit. But dealings of Ananda and so on, not that Super Soul doesn't know anything, but he doesn't necessarily respond to that. But Krishna does, or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu does. Okay, so that means there's no room for Krishna. You could take it like that. You could take it that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu pushes Krishna out. There's that Līlā, or pastime of Mother Sachi's dream, where she's dreaming that, you know, she had Krishna Balaram deities, and that Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda, they came in and they were pulling Krishna Balaram off the altar, saying, "Get off, this is not your turn, this is our turn, we're the ones who are getting the offerings, your age is over, Kali Yuga is for us." So there is sometimes such transcendental rivalry between Krishna Balaram and Gaura Nitai. But in any case, innermost chamber means that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be in one's heart, who can certainly give us everything and give us guidance as to how to walk the path of the devotional service that he's given. Okay, he's resplendent with the radiance of molten gold. Now, the radiance of this molten gold is also the radiance or the color of prema, of love. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Radha Baba Duty. So Krishna, but he has the duty. He has the complexion of Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani's complexion is golden, Tapta Kanchana Gaurāṅga. Why? Because she is love personified. So head to toe, inside, outside, she is just made of love. And not just any love or any degree of love, but the topmost degree of love and every variety of love. Servant, parent, this, that, you name it. And she is the origin of all forms of love and affection. So, let me just read you one verse. I think I can find it, and well, maybe I can't. I don't want to take our time, but it's worth waiting for if I find it. But the question is if I find it. Okay, well, I won't find it. Sure, can you look it up, Brihad Bhagavatamrita? If you ever happen to meet Srimati Radharani, don't know? Anybody has it, knows it? Huh? But you don't have it there. Okay, anyway, we're moving on. So, resplendent with the radiance of gold, molten gold, he too shares that same loving feelings of Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani is, Prabhupada often talks about, how Krishna is merciful, or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is merciful. When he talks about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he'll say, Krishna is demanding, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is more merciful. Of course, Krishna is merciful, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is more merciful because he doesn't make any conditions. Srimati Radharani, is Srimati Radharani more merciful than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Well, you could meditate on that and see. But in any case, we see here that same very soft-heartedness that's there. Women by nature have much softer hearts than men. And that same soft-heartedness, that same well-wishing for everybody is there in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And what is the best well-wishing? That I would like this person to attain love of God, because ultimately that is the only thing that's of any value. It becomes the key to all of the things of value, but the only thing of real value that we can acquire in this world, and we're very fortunate, is that we're here, we're going to be celebrating Pūrṇimā, is that 500 years ago Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, Krishna Prema Pradayati, and he wants to give this Krishna Prema to everyone. So that's what preaching is all about, that we also continue that mission of Lord Chaitanya, and as is described later on in chapter 7, for instance, with the Panchatattva, the more they distributed, the more they had. And it's a different type of mathematics. Usually if you have 5 minus 3 is 2. But in the realm of giving Krishna consciousness, 5 minus 3 is 8. If you give, Jejatamam prapadyanti tamstataiva. So the proportion is same. It's the same proportion. So if you give Krishna consciousness to 3 people, your Krishna consciousness increases by what you've also given them, those 3 people. So the more you give, the more you get. And this is Prabhupada would say, this is the secret of how to be recognized by Krishna. He has appeared in this age of Kali by his causeless mercy. It requires a very merciful incarnation to appear in Kali Yuga, because even God doesn't want to be here. The place is a dump. It's a real garbage dump. And either the incarnation comes who's so merciful that he blesses everybody, or he's so merciful that he kills everybody. So you can have your choice, either this way or that way. You hang around too long, you end up with a sword. So why? Causeless. There's no real motivation. He does it, and usually Kaviraj Goswami describes that causeless mercy usually filters down to devotees' causeless mercy. Krishna's causeless mercy has a cause, and the cause is devotees. Devotees, for instance, why did Lord Chaitanya come? Because Advaita Acharya was praying. So because of the prayers of devotees, therefore the Lord comes. To bestow, now, what's he giving? What no incarnation has ever offered before. The most sublime and radiant mellow of devotional service, the mellow of conjugal love. So the science of other types of devotional service has been available more or less up to now. but conjugal love only those devotees knew who were great Mahabhagavatas and who appreciated and were able to unearth these truths from within their heart, and then they kept them there. They didn't make them publicly available unless somehow or another they had some very advanced disciples. So, what is it called? Anutojvala rasa. Very ujvala. Ujvala means flashing, brilliant, as we were hearing before. Anutojvala rasa, this very brilliant mellow of conjugal love. What's the color of this conjugal love? It's black, like Krishna. So that conjugal rasa, Krishna is the embodiment of that conjugal rasa. And for all intents and purposes, people did not know of that previously. Generally, the worship prior to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in servitude, the worship of Lakshmi Narayan, or if there was worship of Krishna, that was also in a mood of servitude. We see even during the time of Lord Ramachandra, Hanumanji, he didn't want to get past servitude. He felt uncomfortable when Lord Chaitanya wanted him to become like a friend. So, I don't want to be a friend. I'm satisfied being your servant. And then that's the nature of transcendence, is that although in one sense comparatively there's higher and lower, but in the ultimate issue, higher and lower, whatever it is, everybody's satisfied with who they are. And they don't desire to be anybody else, or they don't desire for any other position, because it's perfect. So we're always talking about the realm of perfection. So it's a very relevant topic that comes up in the later two verses, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's contribution is in the realm of conjugal love. And Srila Prabhupada writes that, generally speaking, followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are all situated in the mellow of conjugal love, and that's what they aspire for. You can read about that, well, here in Caitanya-caritāmṛta. You read about it in Śrīmad Bhagavatam, so that we have an idea of both what that perfectional stage is and then how to attain it. And of course, much more detail was given by our acharyas, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Kaviraj Goswami, yeah, everybody, all of our acharyas. And two, sometimes they were very militant. Although Bhaktivinoda Thakur is generally very liberal, but sometimes he makes some very militant statements that, there's only one rasa, and that's conjugal rasa. And then, of course, devotees like Prabodhananda Saraswati, he's like militancy personified. So devotees have different ways in which they emphasize something. But here, this is the beginning of Caitanya-caritāmṛta. It's very clear. We are Gauriyas. We're followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What are we following? So when we follow this, sure, there's a whole spectrum of relationships that's available in devotional service. But this is what not only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give, but this is what he taught, and specifically this is what our acharyas taught. And, or if you see like Rupa Goswami, who wrote Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, he wrote, now you found it, thank you. He wrote, we'll end with this, he wrote one book, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, where he objectively analyzes all the different types of devotional service, but then he writes a book, another book, Ujjvala Nilamni, which is solely about Madhurya Ras. Why? And then if he wrote about that, why didn't he write another one about Sakya Ras? And why didn't he write another one about Vatsalya Ras? But they don't. All right. And what is this prema? And well, Kaviraj Goswami says those who talk about it don't understand it, and those who understand it don't talk about it. If this is in Brihad Bhagavatamrita, if you ever meet the divine goddess Radhika, you know, it's like if you just walk around the corner and happen to bump into her, if you ever meet the divine goddess Radhika, then you will see prema in person. She is prema in person. And if she speaks about prema, only then can you understand the truth about it, if you're able to understand it. So the only way you understand is if Srimati Radharani is speaking. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Radha Bhavajuti. So he's speaking, therefore you can understand it. Only then can you hear it. We use the word hear. But if you're able to understand it. And that's our business. That's why we're meant to study these books, so we can understand what it is that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is speaking. And if she ever speaks about prema, only then can you hear the truth about it, if you're able to understand it. This is, and then another verse here, which is the only reference to Lord Chaitanya in Brihad Bhagavatamrita. Or, should there ever be a full incarnation of Sri Krishna Chandra? This is like sort of mystical wording, as if it doesn't happen. Or should there ever be a full incarnation of Sri Krishna Chandra to distribute pure Krishna Prem, or to experience the Krishna Prem of Srimati Radhika? You might be able to understand it. So here he's saying that actually, if you hear it from Srimati Radharani, the chances of your understanding are less than if you hear it from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nahi Anya, because they're Krishna and Radha together. Hare Krishna. So we'll continue tomorrow evening. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta ki jai, Jai Nitai Gaur Premanandi.